What's up, Mafia? So it's Combine Week, and so far it hasn't been as loud as everybody thought it would be. But it has been revealing. We know that our team is in a state of rebuild. This is a calibrated adjustment to our Super Bowl roster. The roster is young, it's talented, and it's elite on the defensive end. And when Howie and Nick spoke, the direction was there if you paid attention. There are two names that control this offseason, AJ Brown and Jaelan Phillips. Everything else is a ripple. But which domino fall first? That matters. And before we touch the defense, you have to understand what the offense is trying to become. Because the coaching shifts told us everything. The Eagles have promoted Montgomery Van Gorder. He has a Georgia background, he's quality control, and he's a former quarterback. And now we pair him with Parks Frazier, who worked under Mike McDaniel during his time in Miami. That's your bridge between the old offense and the new system. This is strategic, and Sirianni confirmed it. More in the center, more play action, and a run game that drives everything. And here's the key. He said the more that he studied Sean Mannon's system, the more that he wanted to implement it.
But obviously, Sean comes from a family of coaches and things that he's done that we really respect, that we know is tough to defend. We know we've done a lot of good things here as well, as far as some of the things we've done that's hard to defend. So being able to sprinkle some of that in, really, it's always important at the end of the day that we're able to run the football, be able to do play action off of that, play physical, play with relentless effort, play with great detail, play together. Those will be all things that we're looking to do.
Last year we saw under center work, and then it disappeared. We saw flashes of structure, and then reverted to static shotgun. And we know that it felt disconnected majority of the time. But this is all about cohesion, and it fits Hurts' style of play perfectly. Sirianni said that he's at his best when the run and the play action are tied together. So now ask yourself, what kind of receiver thrives in that type of structure? AJ Brown. And here's where people began to panic a little bit. When asked about if AJ Brown will stay on the team, Sirianni said that he couldn't guarantee anything. But he also said that he loves AJ, and that they want him here. Howie said that you don't get better by subtracting great players. That tells you exactly how he's viewing this offseason. And yes, of course they'll listen to offers. Every smart front office listens. But here's the real math involved. He has a huge contract, a lot of real dead money, and you need a huge haul to even consider it. And it can't just be a solid return. It would need to be something big enough to flip the entire direction of the franchise. And honestly, I don't see that happening. Because AJ is more than just box score production. He's great at dictating coverage shells. He always forces safety rotation and creates spacing, even when he's not in motion. If you're building a structured, under center, play action offense, he's the piece that pulls it all together. If AJ stays, the identity stays intact. If he goes, the whole offensive blueprint flips overnight. And that would be a full offensive rewrite. And absolutely no one has time for that. Now hold that thought. Back to Howie Roseman's comments. Howie said he's looking to handle internal measures first, which means that the guys that we already have are our first priority.
You can't only do that by playing favorites. You got to also do it by your vision of how you build the team. And so we'll try to be pretty clear about our vision to the extent that we can and get those guys back and continue to build on top of that.
But not everyone stays, because extensions are coming. Carter, Davis, Mitchell, DeJean. The money that they'll command will be real, which makes edge rusher the pressure point, which leads to our biggest acquisition, Jaelan Phillips. Howie praised how he fit in Fangio's system.
You certainly see his fit with Coach Fangio and our defense, which a lot of times when you're talking about free agency is a big part of free agency. How's this guy going to fit into our defense? So you see that there. You've been with the guy. He's got tremendous character, tremendous work ethic. And then all the things that you're doing, you're trying to balance the other factors that go along with that to try to come down with the value. And, you work with everything just like we're here. We're part of being here. Part of the benefit of being here is the medical information, We get in situations where we get really excited, and then a week from now, we'll have some medical information that will change some of the evaluation. So that's always part of the decision.
They praised his character and how he interacts in the locker room, how he's a high morale guy, and he mentioned a medical evaluation. All that together isn't just casual praise. Edge rush is a premium position. Fangio's defenses live on disciplined rush lanes and forcing the pocket to collapse, and Phillips fits right into that mold. Now, let's talk money, because this is where ceilings are set. If Phillips lands in the $20 to $25 million range, I'm good on that. Get the deal done. But if he pushes $30+ million territory, that changes the equation. Because if you overpay here, you limit flexibility everywhere else. But here's the real tension. If Phillips does sign, that's your big free agent splash. Then the rest of free agency becomes measured. That's depth, value, and internal retention. If Phillips walks, history has shown us that the Eagles won't just sit still. They explored a trade for Myles Garrett. They pushed for Micah Parsons. And then they doubled back for Myles Garrett again and offered multiple first-round draft picks. This front office doesn't just drift. They pivot aggressively. So if Phillips doesn't happen, don't be surprised if they make a Max Crosby or Myles Garrett top-tier move. And that's not a rumor. That's just behavioral history. And that's where the ceiling swings. So here's where I land on all of that. A.J. Brown stays. Because you don't throw away identity when you get this close to another Super Bowl. Now Phillips, he's the swing. If the number stays controlled, you lock him in and lean into continuity. Now if his value in the number explodes, I expect a bigger move than most people realize. That's the fork in the road. This offseason is all about precision. Do you protect identity or chase the ceiling? And if you can only lock one in right now, are you choosing offensive stability with AJ or defensive ceiling with Phillips? Drop it in the comment section and let me know. The combine is just getting started. Who will we sign? Who will we draft? Who will we trade? It's a great time for football, but an even better time for the Eagles. So remember to like, share, and subscribe. I've been Brother Shy, and this has been the Midnight Green Mafia.